We're here with Rich Applebee at the Northeast Dirt Museum and Hall of Fame. I wrote it on my hand there, Rich, so I made sure I got it right. So there's an open house taking place this Saturday. I put this on Friday to remind you guys to get your butts on out to Weedsport. It's free. It's an open house. They got a chicken barbecue. They got baskets you guys can bid on. All kinds of things, and I imagine a few race drivers and racing personalities and types will be here as well. Rich, tell me, what are we looking at here?
This is one of Jim Sincerbeaux's cars that he built years ago, and half a dozen drivers around the Northeast drove it for him. You know, John McCardo was one, and Chuck Siprich. So.
And when would this have been roughly that this car would have been on the track?
I'm going to say probably late 60s, early 70s, this car here.
Okay. Any idea what the body is? Looks like something from the mid-30s, one of the coupes.
Yeah, I'm going to say 37 Chevy, right in that ballpark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that pretty much what most people did for the bodies? Because this was before we started going to the Vegas and Gremlins and Pintos and things like that?
Right, yes. Coupe, any coupe body, you know, Plymouth, Chevys, Fords, that's what they used back then.
Okay. Now, we'll go to some specifics here. We'll start looking around a little bit. And you can see here on the front, one of the things, that's a leaf spring that's kind of upside down. You said there was a term for that. You just can't remember quite what they called it right about now, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of them use that in the front end?
Right. This is back and forth on this one. And they use these as a weight jacker, the bolt here, to turn it back and down to get the different, instead of changing coil springs, they would just use that to make it more stiff or loose, you know?
Okay, yeah, and then you can see right here, as we look at this one right here, what he's talking about. So you just jack that, it changes the leaf spring settings on there, and it can either tighten up or loosen up the front end, depending on what you want. Also got another rod right here. I would imagine we could change the length on that, and that would change the way the car would enter the corners a little bit too. So,
like your pan hard bar, yep, you can raise and lower that to make it roll a little bit different.
And of course you still got Hymens like we used to do. And like I was telling you before we got here, I mean, if you look at it from here, it doesn't look a heck of a lot different. It's not like it's night and day from what we're doing today, is it?
No, not much. There, you know, more technology, but you know, same principle. Same principle is what they're using. Yeah.
We're going to get a little closer here, let you guys look in the compartment. Would these have been small blocks pretty much back in those days, or were they big blocks?
They started out with a lot of small blocks, but most of them went to big blocks and stuff like that too. So.
Okay, so we're looking in here, and of course, this is, I remember I used to see the old pictures. It's almost puts them in a position almost like they're driving a bus, the way the steering wheel is, isn't it?
Yep. Yes. Yep. Sometimes they used to use the steering box inside, you know, and which was just a standard car steering box. Flip it upside down so you're driving off the pitman arm.
Oh.
You know, and then they ran the rod out to the side too.
Okay. Looks like probably 2-speed transmission or something like that. What do you think?
Oh, that's probably 3-speed, 4-speed transmission.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll give you another look from the other side too, so you can see. And as we go around the back, here's what we were talking about when we talked about the leaf spring suspension. There, you can see it right there. Yeah. And of course, there were a lot of spring shops and places you could add springs, take springs out. Yeah. There was a lot you could do to change the handling. And once again, you can see there is also a jacker bolt right on top of there too. So that would be a quick at the track adjustment that you could make. We'll get a look again underneath this here. So quick change rear end, obviously. It looks a little different than the ones of today. That's a Franklin, it looks like. Keep going around, show you a little bit more. This is what it looked like from the back. Again, I love these old coupes. These things are just so cool. Hand painted. I mean, I remember when Jim Ryer had his place over here at Weedsport. When I worked for Dirt TV, a lot of times you're waiting for something to get edited, and I would just go back and watch JR hand paint the cars. I mean, talk about true artists back in the day. Like even this pinstriping here.
Right.
That's done by hand, guys, okay? So that is not exactly easy. Oh, I like this view from here. A little bit better. You can see the tack right there, so they can look right down and see that. Got the fire extinguisher over there. So very cool. I like the way this looks on the inside. See, the cage work is nice.
Wide cage suit. You know, newer cars are all narrowed up. These went out to the doors.
And look how short the seat is. I mean, you're way above that as you're sitting inside this car. So here we can see, and so that is a big block.
It is a big block.
Yep, because a small block you can tell with the Chevys because the headers would be together in the middle and then the two outside ones would be farther apart. But since they're equidistant, that's how you can tell it's a big block or a small block Ford. is the same way. So,
Big block Ford too, so.
oh, they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, see, I paid attention a little bit, guys, here and there over the years. So
That's
this
what I
is,
miss about some of the new cars. You can't tell if it's a big block or a small block,
Mm.
because the side panels cover up the motor.
yeah, that's true. And that's why I like the vintage stuff they're doing today so much. And of course, you could also tell where the distributor was, would give you a dead giveaway sometimes too. So more adjustability right here.
Yeah.
And steering arm or drag link?
That's your steering arm.
That's your
comes
steering
in.
arm right
It's
there.
just-
Okay. So here's a little bit, look down in there a little bit, you can see. So this is just one of the dozens of cars that is in here at the, again, looking at my hand, Northeast Dirt Museum and Hall of Fame. I will never get it wrong again. I think I need to tattoo that on there, don't I? You know, so.
Yeah, we all have to.
Yeah, we do. So again, you want to see all these cars? Come on out, have some fun with your racing buddies, do some bench racing, chicken barbecue, baskets available, all kinds of stuff. They got lots of sweatshirts and things too. All that stuff is out here 12 to 5 this Saturday, right here off of, what is this, Route 34,
31.
right? 31, that's right,
Just
31.
off the thruway, exit 40.
Get off the thruway, take a left, go past Arby's. You'll probably see me in there munching on a beef and cheddar, and then come on down here and have some fun. Appreciate you having me out, man. And again, guys, get your butts out here this weekend. Good luck with everything.
Thank you, Doug. Thanks for coming again.
I like that.